cannot do. What Elroy cannot do. I am here to give testimony to the glory of God and to the shame of the devil and his brothers and sisters and Omonia. Today, I am so excited because the devil have been trying for me not to give my testimonies. God have been awesome. He's always doing unimaginable things for me. Then, when it's time to give testimony, one thing will be distracting me. But today, I told the devil I will come and shame you on this altar. So I'm excited to be here this morning. Good morning, church. Good morning, NSPPDians. I'm so happy to be here today. My first testimony is on the October last year. I had a dream where one of my girls was just, her hands were just gumming and bending like this. I woke up, I was like, what kind of dream is this? But I just prayed about it before I joined the 7 a.m. prayer. Then I called her. I asked her if she's okay. She said she's okay. I asked her, are you sure you're okay? She said she's okay, that she's at work, though she had slight fever that night. Then later, like 5 hours later, both of us even went somewhere and we came back. I went home. She now called me that, Ma, I don't know what is happening to me. My hands are bending and shrinking. Meanwhile, I didn't tell her about this particular dream because I don't like to tell people bad dreams. So when she told me that, I was like, how? Immediately rushed to the shop. And before I got there, she had already passed out and her teeth, everything was clinging. They were trying to resuscitate her. I just told them to put her in the car. They put her in the car. Meanwhile, when I was going, because of that dream I had, I carried my communion and I went there. When I got there, when they put her in the car, we were driving. At a point, this girl just did like this and vomited foam and passed out. So the two people holding her say, Ma, this girl is dead. I said, God, that was when it dawned on me that this is attack. I started praying, earth prayer. God, revive this girl. Vindicate me because she's my worker. If anything happens to her now, before they call me bad name. That is how when the girl says she's dead, I say, don't say that with your mouth. Say, earth, you will not swallow Juliet. You will not swallow Juliet. I say, Elroy, if you do this for me. This was how we struggled. This girl passed out. I didn't want to look at her because she was cold already. But I was shaking her. And before we got to the hospital, I just used her open eye. And I saw her that she opened her eye. I said, Juliet, are you okay? But her hands were still like this. She said, I said, thank God she's even alive. Then they now took her to the hospital. And to the glory of God, the next day she was discharged. That one is one. The second one is that for the past 30 years, I've had stomach ulcer. This ulcer can mesmerize me that I can pass out. The pain was so much. Sometimes people say all sorts of things. But my mom has spent money. We have spent herbal and different types. But God of this commission, when I joined and started being consistent on the altar, June, July last year, Papa will say 3 things you want the Lord to do for you. I will always mention this ulcer. And to the glory of God, August, September, October, this January, I did 21 days fasting, 6 to 6. And I am not taking it for granted. I said, my body full of testimony, just that. Another one is fire outbreak. When we are praying every time on the altar, Papa will say, that fire outbreak will not happen. Because I have a restaurant, I didn't even know where the fire was going to come from. So when I go to the shop, I'll be warning them, please turn off the gas. Always make sure you off it. One day, I was going out of my house. I saw my daughter lying in the parlor. I just told them to take her to the room. They took my daughter to the room. I left. In the shop while we were trying to prepare for Christmas, it was around November ending. So my children will always call you for irrelevant calls, like, but I will pick, Sha. When they call, you will tell me, say, this one is telling me, man. I will like, stop. I will like, stop calling me that I'm busy. Later that day, I left. I was heading to H-Medics. Their calls started coming in again. I didn't want to pick. I said, let me just drive and get there. If I get there, I will call them back. When I got there, immediately I parked and I dialed them just for me to say, why are you? They say, Mommy, fire. I say, fire, where again? They say, it's coming out from daddy's room. I thought maybe they're exaggerating, but anyhow, I needed to go. So I turned back immediately. And I went there. Why I was driving, I was confused. But when I got more confused was when I tried to call them, my driver that went to park the car in the house, he said, Madam, fire. And I said, this thing, that means this fire is coming out for real. Why I was going, I said, Roy, if you do this one for me. I started praying, oh earth, God, vindicate me, save my children. Oh earth, the devil will not swallow my children, my family. I said, you people should go outside. When I got to the estate gate, I saw people running helter-skelter, like, is this thing happening in my house? To the glory of God, I came to the house. Oh my God. The whole room. This is the room where my daughter was lying down, was sleeping. How she left, nothing came out of this room. But my children, all of them came out. When I first came, all I was thinking is, God, if you can save the life of my children, I'm okay. I don't care about any other thing. This was how God preserved my children. And to the glory of God, we are all alive. The last one that made me say, I must come here because I have piled up these testimonies. Inanimate objects. in my house, when we are doing prayer for inanimate objects, our microwave that was not working, I prayed about it, it started working. But I told you people I have a restaurant. So that particular day, I went to buy enough meat and stock the freezer. All of a sudden, after 3 hours, this freezer stopped working. When my husband checked this freezer, he just shaking his head. And my husband is always trying to fix things, in his own way. But when he's shaking it, I say, you don't be. Until morning, I know that there is a problem. So when he said tomorrow we'll call them, but I know by tomorrow, this meat will start changing taste. When my husband left, I went to get my anointing oil and my handkerchief, and I said, God, I know you have been, my mantle, I know you have been doing this in NSPP, but use me to prove to the world. So when I laid my mantle and prayed and I left, later my husband just came and on this freezer, and he said, baby, come and check this thing. I said, no, he said, Roy. He said, he said, no. See my anointing oil is on the freezer there. See it here. He said, when I left, okay. Oh yeah, now next time when you're doing it, join my faith. I said, okay. So this last one that now happened is my phone, which is Samsung. You people know that Samsung, whenever the screen break, now war. So this particular day, I went to the shop with my Samsung and I gave it to them to plug for me. They put it in a charger and this phone was not charging till evening. My boy is saying he has been trying. And I said, okay, bring the phone. We use another charger. But when a technician came and checked, anytime Samsung phone screen start doing like albino like this, you know that there's wahala. So, because me, I already know the pattern. So when I saw that, I was so angry. When the technician checked, he said that is the screen and that is 250,000. Hey, now I was now ashamed to call Roy because he has done so much and I've been holding on the testimonies. So that day I was telling my girl, maybe Roy will not even look at me this time around because I too hold all these testimonies. I now my husband saw it, say wahala day, he just went and slept. So when I came to my room, I just carried my mantle. I plugged it, it was not coming on. It was just lying, it was showing. I just say, Roy, I said, after this particular one, I will no longer do the video because most times when I'm doing video, I will be distracted. I will not now give the test. I said, after this particular one, I'm assuring you that I will come to the altar to come and do it. So when I plugged the phone, I was now looking. I said, Roy, when I just on this Samsung, hey, I saw. Meanwhile, I was very discouraged when I now looked at the phone very well. I saw that something hit it. You can see from here a line. That was when I gave up. But when I now covered it and said, Roy, because no more, I will not hold it. This was how I called my husband, I shouted. I said, Roy. He said, Roy again, walk again. So when he came, I said, come and see my phone. The battery sign is showing. Should I on it? He said, go on if you go on. I on, this phone shows Samsung. Hey! Just so, 250,000. Even if I have the money, if I pay it, I no go sleep. So when Roy did this one, and I told my husband, my husband now say, this is Roy that is just repairing gadgets. I told him that, see, if you go to Panasonic to buy something, you go pay. If you go to Eurosonic, you go. My own is Sonic that does not collect money.